Boston's won 4 of the last 5, however. In Game 7, Montreal leads 3-1 in Game 7 games played. Only the Bruins won it in 91.
Jacques Demers was as keyed up as I have ever seen him, not only this morning but before the game. He sat on the end of the bench in silence when the building was still dark at 6 o'clock for 20 minutes, just rocking back and forth, talking to himself. There wasn't anybody within 40 feet of him.
Away. The Boston Bruins have outshot the Canadiens coming into this game 223 to 150. Patrick Roy has been that huge difference. Stewart dumped it off. Turnaround shot. Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Back to get it. 8:28 left to go here in the first. Kevin Haller. Haller up to the red line. Dumped it along the boards easily. Played there by nobody yet. Finally freed up and slid out of the zone. Bruins will break. Ted Donato, blue liner. Oh, here we go! Patrick Roy could not find it. Ted Donato.
Can't believe it. I almost can't believe this. You hardly ever score on Patrick Roy on the blue line, let alone in this fashion. Kevin Haller just about got to it, but Ted Donato shot once again high. Found a hole right under Patrick Roy's right arm, and this is the day time stood still for Patrick Roy.
Low with Adam Oates. On the boards, intercepted, and Guy Carbonneau could not clear. Afraid he held that in. Brunet puts the hit on the boards. Boston, those got it. Sneaking in Ray Bourque. In front. Adam Oates!
Once again, the Bruins are able to do physical work along the boards. They kept it alive. Montreal really overcommitted to the one side. Not only was Adam Oates open, but Ray Bourque was standing all alone right behind him.
The center, Stewart. Stewart 3-on-2. Stewart in. Stewart the move. Center. Shot. Score! Canadiens 4-0 Boston.
Remember how this play started with a terrific save by John Casey on Eric Desjardins. And Desjardins tried kind of a suicide backhand pass that got cut. What a play by Cam Stewart, though. He pulled it around Desjardins and feathered a perfect pass to rookie Freddie Knipscher. Watch this one. You're better against Patrick Roy if you can at least catch him on the move. And you can see that he had the move from right to left or left to right at least. And Knipscher, again, got it up high. First period, 14 shots on Patrick Roy. 7 of them were high. That's how the Bruins figured they could beat him. And boy, they beat him.
Save, rebound, deflected back to Danforth. Save again by Casey. Brian Savage has been all alone in front of the net for 3 chances, and he could not get it by Casey. John Casey hangs on, makes the save again. Savage sends it into the middle, knocked away Sweeney. Savage to Danforth and scores. Finally, Vincent Danforth buries it, and they get on the board 4-1.
John Casey is arguing this. I don't know what he is saying. Perhaps that one of the Canadiens in front of him was standing in the crease. Don Sweeney was standing there, but there was a Canadian in behind him. But boy, that is by a mile the biggest defensive breakdown by the Bruins in this game. I mean, the Canadiens had 5 different chances at it, and people were wide open in front of John Casey 5 different times. If not for Don Sweeney cutting 3 of the passes, they would have scored before that.
And as you mentioned, Bill, this is his first for Danforth in the series.
Right. There's Bellows pushing away at Don Sweeney. Boy, his skates are definitely in the crease. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what, Gary, that's definitely...
Let's try it again, 3-on-2. Knipscher. Remark scores!
What a game little Freddie Knipscher has played. He has scored one of the Boston goals, and now he picks up an important assist. But Ray Bourque was up on the play to take the pass, blasted this one low. Ray Bourque knows when to go high and low.
They heard that all the way back in Montreal.
What a shot.
That sums up the feeling of the Bruins fans, known as the Bees. We will keep you posted, of course, on the other game. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Devils playoff series in his career. First time he's ever faced the Canadiens in the playoffs is this series. Casey watches that one go high and wide. Shot by Haller. Scores! Kevin Haller from the point. Makes it a 5-2 game with 6:48 left to go.
I'm not sure John Casey saw all of this, but he was tucked back in his net, I think because Brian Bellows was standing to his right. Kevin Haller with a good low shot just inside the far left post. But John Casey was standing in his crease, and John Casey is usually a little more aggressive than this. Here's the low shot. It was elevated for a moment. But you see where Casey is? I mean, that's deep in the net for a long shot like that, but you can see the bunch.
Carmeneau's got it. 5:20 left in the third. Sevigny left to Keane the shot. Score! What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 5:17 left, and it's 5-3.
Yeehaw. John Casey dropped to his knees on that shot, and Mike Keane ripped it over his shoulder. All right, Brian Sutter saying, settle down, guys, settle down. Jacques Demers is saying, we are alive. We are alive. Here's Mike Keane jumping into the play. You can see John Casey was already down. If Casey stands up on the play, he's got a little easier chance of getting to it, but he was going down to his knees on the play, and Mike Keane ripped it over his shoulder.
Last time a defending Stanley Cup champion lost in the first round, the 90 Calgary Flames. Montreal Canadiens are in that situation right now. Garden fans up and roaring. Stewart trying to dig it out. The defending Canadiens are eliminated. The Boston Bruins move on.
Some trouble at center ice just as the final siren went between Al Iafrate and Vincent Damphousse, but nothing to be gained for either player right now. This one is all over.
Boston 5 and Montreal 3. John Casey, the winner in net. And the last time the Canadiens lined up, it was to celebrate a Stanley Cup win. Defending Stanley Cup champions is over. For Bill Clement and Al Morganti, I'm Gary Thorne. There's your final. Boston 5, Montreal 3. Steve?
All right, Gary Thorne, thanks very much. Nice job, gentlemen. In the
overtime scoring a goal. This is what this game's all about. This is the fun.
Montreal at Boston for Game 7 of their Eastern Conference quarterfinal. The Habs had relied on the heroics of Patrick Roy to reach this point. But now it seemed that all the heroes were wearing black and gold.
Scores! And here's Tintonado, long shot, rolling, scores!
Boston, those got it. Sneaking in Ray Bourque in front, score! Out of out! Stewart in, Stewart the move, center, shot, score! Knipscher, 4-0 Boston!
St. Patrick and the Canadiens were coming up a miracle short. The Bruins hung on for a 5-3 win and the right to advance to the conference semifinals.